Hello and welcome to another update video about INJ. Really boring chart at the moment. Really boring chart. I remain of my previous perspective, so I uphold my analysis basically that one more high is a reasonable interpretation in this current third wave. Yeah. Bear in mind, on this chart, I don't have a very reliable microstructure. I'm not convinced by this wave count. Absolutely not. There are different interpretations that can apply here. However, so far it works, and as long as the price is holding the structure and the support levels, I am focusing on one more high. It's turned into quite a messy structure here. This is certainly not an impulse to the upside, but it could count as a diagonal pattern. Okay, so I'm talking about the move that started in July 22. Different interpretations. Could also just be a larger ABC structure. But yeah, I mean, it's either an A, B, C, and the C wave is an ending diagonal, or it's a 1, 2, 3. And then also here, this would just be a large ABC. You know, that will take it too far maybe at the moment, because this is likely going to change a few times. The structure isn't very stable. However, we have a few points here that we can look at. So for example, the market is moving in this ascending trend channel. As long as that channel is holding, the market is pretty much guided by it. So we can use the channel to identify support and resistance. We're currently on the around the upper boundary line of this trend channel. This is also where the price found some resistance and could not push any higher. At the moment, we see this consolidation period, and this is likely in a wave 4 of a larger fifth wave of wave C of 3, if anybody wants to follow the count. So it is at the moment likely that there is another 4-5 pattern afterwards, at least if my interpretation here is correct. It just would look better, at least with one more high, maybe two. I think at the moment we should focus on what we have directly in front of us, which is the interpretation that, yep, we could get one more high. The micro support is clear. I haven't changed it. It's between $25.24 and $34. The market is respecting it. I mentioned to you, I think in the last video already, that it's possible that we're just moving here in a triangle, but at the time we didn't really have enough evidence for a triangle. I think it looks more and more like one. I'm not sure if it's going to stay at this steep angle there. Very much possible that this is going to extend a little higher and we move for a little while in this triangle pattern. But that's currently the trend line. It's not very well defined. I only have 2 touch points on each side basically, so this is quite steep actually, but it would be a bullish pennant. Now from an Elliott wave point of view, I would call that a wave 4 triangle because it fits well, where we bottomed in a larger fourth wave here in November, then a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, a long wave 4 triangle, and possibly then wave 5 to the upside. This triangle, well, it should be an ABCDE structure. So I've got A wave, I've got the A wave down, which is a 3-wave move, which might have bottomed on the 3rd of January. I've got a high B wave, C wave down. Okay, and now the question is wave D already over? And is this wave E? If that's the case, we could look at a breakout very shortly. So that's technically possible. However, I would prefer a slightly more extended D wave and then an E wave down. Yeah, so that it extends out a little further before breaking. Yeah, so and also the D wave itself would be an A, B, C structure. Then we could get a D wave. Sorry, an E wave. And the E wave is typically the last wave of that cycle. Why do I prefer a little bit more of a, let's say, a more pronounced D wave? It just has to do with overall proportions. I mean, it reached the 61.8 extension, yes, but it needs to have the right look. I'm not saying it couldn't have topped there, the D wave, but I've seen more and more that that they also reach the 78.6 extension. Where are we? Often in crypto triangles, and that would be at $42. But again, there is no need. So it's possible the D wave already topped here. I mean, it reached the 61.8 extension, to be fair. It just, I don't know, it just, from how they normally look, it just doesn't have quite the right look. But yeah, I'd be open to the idea that D wave has topped. But you can really only call it complete if we get a breakout to the upside, yeah. So it's a bit of a difficult triangle to pin down. It would be clearer if we had another high in wave D which needs to stay below the B wave top, because if we get a breakout, then we're already in wave 5. But overall, we can discuss about the micro count all day. It doesn't really give you much of an advantage. I think we can agree that the triangle could technically be complete and that it's a bullish structure, especially as long as the $25.25 level is holding, which is the 50% retracement. Only below that level, I have to change the wave count. Until then, the focus is still on higher, and the next upside target is around $51. That's my update about INJ. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.